Hello everyone, it's me, Larone Koonce, and I'm here to bring to your attention the gun laws in New York that have changed. There are new concealed carry restrictions that took effect on October 27th, and these new restrictions are of particular concern to retired correction officers. Now, first of all, there is an extensive list of restricted areas where some of us cannot carry a firearm, and I strongly suggest you take a close look at this list. It includes any place, conveyance, or vehicle used for public transportation or public transit, subway cars, train cars, buses, ferries, etc. And any place used for performance, art, entertainment, gaming, or sports events such as theaters, stadiums, racetracks, museums, amusement parks, performance venues, concerts, exhibits, conference centers, banquet halls, and Times Square is also considered a restricted area. Now, if you are an active New York correction officer, none of these restrictions on this list apply to you. But if you are retired, these restrictions do apply to you if you are not qualified to carry your firearm under the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act, 18 U.S.C. 926C. Some of us call this HR 218. So, what does this all mean? Now, I'm no legal scholar, and this is not legal advice, and I'm looking for clarity on this myself, but as of now, the way I interpret this is if you are retired and have a New York concealed carry license, but you don't have your HR 218 qualification, you cannot carry a firearm in the restricted places that are on this list. Now, if you don't know what the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act is, it's okay. I have a link below, so check it out. If you are a retired police officer, you don't have to qualify under the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act. But if you're a retired peace officer, then you need to be qualified under the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act. If you are caught carrying in these restricted areas, you could be considered in criminal possession of a firearm in a sensitive location, which is a Class E felony. Also, there's another section in these new restrictions concerning private property that you should be aware of. It reads, a person is guilty of criminal possession of a weapon in a restricted location when such person possesses a firearm, rifle, or shotgun and enters into or remains on or in private property where such person knows or reasonably should know that the owner or lessee of such property has not permitted such possession by clear and conspicuous signage indicating that the carrying of firearms, rifles, or shotguns on their property is permitted or has otherwise given express consent. Now, what does that mean? The way I interpret this, it means that you cannot enter or remain on private property with your firearm unless there is a sign that says that firearms are permitted or the owner or leaseholder of that property tells you that you can bring your firearm in there. So, if you bring your firearm in a store, a restaurant, beauty parlor, barbershop, or Uber car that doesn't have a sign that says they permit firearms, or the owner hasn't told you verbally that they allow firearms, you are technically in violation of this new restriction, which is a Class E felony. And even if you have a concealed carry license and are qualified under the Federal Law Enforcement Officers Safety Act, HR 218, you are still in violation of this section I just read concerning private property. Now, if you're a retired police officer, this restriction doesn't apply to you. But if you're a retired peace officer, it does. Now, like I said, this is not legal advice, and I'm going to check with the union about this and advise you to do the same. Lastly, you might ask, how did this happen and what can we do about it? Well, it has a lot to do with those we elect to public office. So it's increasingly important that we vote for candidates that promote policies that are in our best interest. If we continue to vote for candidates that want to restrict our right to carry a firearm, then we are only hurting ourselves. So there you have it. Let me know what you think about these new restrictions. And if you were helped by this video, then smash the like button and subscribe to this channel. Until next time, peace and stay safe.